Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Thailand. It's not for everyone. Now, why do I say it's not for everyone? Well, it's for a lot of people, but there's a lot of people I've talked to recently who has only been to Thailand on a short vacation, or they've never been here at all, but they've heard good things about Thailand on the internet, which I'm sure the good things are true, and they know that Thailand has a low cost of living, which it does. But is it right for you? Now, I know a lot of people who have come here to Thailand from Western countries, and I can honestly tell you that half the people I have ever met are gone within 3 months. Some people have been homesick. They just couldn't take being away from their friends and family. They just didn't think it through enough. Others just can't seem to get over the language barrier. They just don't like the miscommunication, and that can get aggravating, but they weren't prepared for how different things are here than where they came from. Others, and I would say this is the number one, is the visa challenges. Some people come here and realize there is not a visa for their particular situation. So let's say they're under 50, they don't really bring any skill, they're not going to be working here. It's kind of hard to find a long-term visa, and they don't want to take any class to get an ED visa. They may find it very difficult to stay in Thailand for any length of time. Others I talked to felt like an outsider. They just didn't feel like they belonged here, and so they left. I've known other people that came over here because they met some girl online, and they came over here and the relationship didn't turn out the way they thought. That the girl gave them one personality, one side of their personality online, or lied about something. When they came over here, they found out things were totally different. So do your research before you come here to Thailand. I would always suggest coming over here for a long vacation before you plan on moving here to Thailand. So if you could come over here, and I'm going to define longer, I would say at least 3 to 4 weeks, if possible. I know that's not possible for a lot of you all, especially from the US, where you may only get 2 weeks a year to go anywhere. But the longest you could take, I would suggest coming over here, spending some time here. And just remember, when you travel over here, you're going to waste a day or two just in jet lag. You're not going to feel like doing anything when you first get here. So make sure that you do plan on spending some time here in Thailand. And remember, Thailand's all what you put into it. So in other words, you can't come over here and expect to just sit in a room and Thailand's going to fall in your lap. Everything's going to be great. You need to go out, meet people, make yourself a new life, do some hobbies, see some tourist things. Get that all out of your system. And don't focus on the negative things. It's easy to focus on the negative things here in Thailand because they're different from things from where you're from. Where a Thai person could live here their whole life, go over to your country and have negative things to say about that. They may say the food's not spicy enough, or something else. So just keep in mind, no matter where you move, you can always find negative things. So let's say you do come here for a short stay to see if Thailand is right for you. What are some things that you should look at while you are here to determine if this is a place you want to live? Well, first of all, I would look into the visa options. Figure out, I would meet with the professionals here, a visa service. They're not going to charge you unless you're really going to use them. But you could go in for a consultation and tell them your exact situation and see what's right for you. And for those of you looking for a retirement visa, I know a lot of you have researched this from the country you're from. If you come here inside the country and talk to a visa professional in the country, you will find out there may be a few different options on how you can qualify for the retirement visa money-wise. So I would suggest you come into Thailand and talk with a professional. If that is out of the question, I will leave in a link, Assist Thai Visa, that's who I use, and just message them on Facebook and ask some of your questions and they will answer them. And no money is involved, it's free, so you can get free information from an expert to find out how you can obtain a visa long-term for your stay here in Thailand. So if you're planning on coming here and moving while you are here visiting, you may want to look into what are the work options here in Thailand. So there's a lot of jobs that they just don't need any foreigners for. One of the ones they do seem to need foreigners for is to teach English. And I would imagine there's a lot of English teachers here. I know a lot of English teachers. I'm not sure if there's any job openings for it at the moment, but that is something you can investigate while you are here, and maybe you can solidify something for you to come back on a work visa so you don't have to worry about the visa or the job part. Also, one of the main things you can do when you're here on vacation is see different parts of Thailand, figure out where you want to move to. It's almost impossible to know where you want to move to if you've never been there before. And there's a very diverse environment here in Thailand. You can go down to the south where there's beautiful mountains and beaches all over the place, and you've got the nice island breeze. It's kind of like a Hawaiian feel. You can go to Isan, which is flat and hot. I mean, if that's your thing, you can go over there. You can come up here to where I'm at, Chiang Mai, which is a tad cooler, and they do have a lot of mountains and jungle and stuff like that. We do not have beaches though. So there's a lot of areas to look at in Thailand. And a quick tip here, if you're looking for an extreme budget, meaning you want it to be as cheap as possible, things are cheaper as you go north. Things are more expensive as you go south. So I'm up here in Chiang Mai. Things are a lot cheaper here in Thailand than they are in the south. Another thing you might want to do while you're visiting here is check out medical cost, meaning if you need a prescription or something like that, medicine, you really don't need a prescription for a whole lot. But if you need medicine, go inside a pharmacy and see how much some of the medicine is that you normally take on a regular basis, so you can find out how much that's going to cost. Hopefully you don't get hurt over here, but if you do, I guess you'll find out real quick what the medical costs are here. You can either go to a normal public hospital and you will probably get a lower cost, or you can go to a private hospital and you will pay a little bit more. If you're coming from the US, it's still going to be a lot less than what you're paying in the US, and they can usually see you within a day or two. If you're planning on moving here, being able to adapt to a new environment is paramount. If you've never been out of the country before, your home country, you may struggle a lot when you get here. And also make sure you know why you are moving here so you can achieve your goal. If you're coming over here to be, let's say, happiness, a new fresh beginning, then come over here and try to be happy and try to achieve whatever goal you have for coming here to Thailand. Do not lose sight of why you came here in the first place. If learning a new language just isn't your thing, then try just learning the basics of Thai. The hello, goodbye, which by the way is the same thing, and also thank you, and maybe how to order in a restaurant. If the Thais can tell you're trying, they really appreciate it, and they know you're trying to fit in, and it might make your experience a little bit more normal. Also, when you get here, have an agenda worked out every day so you can start getting out of your accommodation and get in a mix with the people. In other words, have something you want to see, something fun, but then also have a task that you want to accomplish, whether it be getting a driver's license here, figuring out where the grocery store is, where the nearest convenience store is, where the home improvement store is, and so on. And so every day you have a tiny little goal where you can get out of the house and go find something, and keeping it simple. And then once you figured out where things are, it makes you feel a lot better. It doesn't make you feel so lost. And one more thing, when you first get here, get all the tourist things out of your system, and don't plan on moving to the tourist area long term, meaning don't sign a year-long lease right where all the tourists are. You're going to get tired of tourists really quick. There's a fresh batch of tourists coming in every 20 minutes or so here in Thailand. So you're going to have fresh tourists every day. Yes, it's a great place to be when you're only here for a week or two. But if you do want to do something like that, get yourself a long-term Airbnb for, let's say, a month, maybe 2 months, and get all the tourist stuff out of your system. And then you'll find yourself really quick wanting to move a little bit further away from all the tourist activity. So for any of you who are wanting one-on-one with me, a one-on-one video chat, we do have that, and it is on Buy Me a Coffee. There's a link down in the description below, so make sure you click on that if you want to schedule one-on-one with me. Also, if you feel so inclined, buy us a coffee. We sure would appreciate it. Again, same link down in the description below. We do have some shout outs we'd like to do, and they are as follows. First of all, we've got Buy Me a Coffee. We have Tommy P, Brian B, Dave C, Cheryl, and Lane. Thank you very much. And on super thanks, we have Priya N, Chilo O, Joe L, and then we have an email. It's Higher Than the Sun. So thank you very much for supporting the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And until next time, I'm going to say thank you in Thai, which is Kap Kun Kap.